All right. Shalom, Yasharala. Starting out by giving infinite honors to our Heavenly Father and our great King, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Harakakadash. Double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops, a great millstone. And salutation to my fellow laborers in the Moshack Yahushai, pushing this beloved doctrine across the four winds of this fine hour. Shalom. All right. I'm like a lot of brothers. I said I wasn't gonna get on this topic. We knew this day was coming, and it's just not for Sicarri. It's for all people, even brothers amongst great millstones, myself, anybody. All right, this is the time to learn from incidents like this. Get your houses in order and tighten up, okay? Because anything you've done in the darkness, anything you're doing, double tongue, the sinner that is going two ways. The Lord is going to expose you under the limelight. He's going to bring you before all the sea. He's going to bring you before the congregation and lay all your sins out under the sun. And that's what we've seen do what he's doing with Sicarri. Yeah, like we always know they was going out doctrinally, and we knew the Lord was going to tear them down for the things that they teach. Like that thing that they teach about Paul, that's a straight up heresy, man. That's a damnable heresy. All right. That's like that's I didn't think you could get worse than that, but hey, obviously you could go 10 times worse than that. Okay. But this the point I want to bring up. Forget Alazar, however you pronounce his name. The Lord is strategic in bringing down the whole house, because in Alazar's response, they were straight up reservoir dogs. All right, Alazar has been exposed. He's the head. He's the leader. Okay, but where the leader is, the Lord say. Let me start off with that precept. Okay. A good tree. What a precept at? It's Matthew. Oh, where that precept at? A good tree can't bring forth bad fruit. By their fruits you would know them. Is that Matthew 7? Bear with me. I haven't bought it out in a minute. I used to go straight to the scripture all the time. And that's where it is. The water Yahweh Shema was shot. This is Matthew 7:18. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. All right, so everybody got the limelight on Alazar. All right, but Alazar is the foundation of that house. And according to scripture, Yahweh Shema Shai, a corrupt fruit can't bring forth good fruit. Okay. All right. And every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. And that's what we're seeing. Those are sour grapes that Sicarri is bringing forth. But it's not just Alazar. Okay. Once he got taken down, he went in the spirit of Nino Brown. What Nino Brown said, if I go down, I'm taking down everybody with me. So it wasn't just Alazar doing these unseemly things. When you look at this video, Alazar is saying that the two men up under him were doing outlandish things, unseemly things you don't even want to repeat, man. I knew it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad. Well, I got a precept that say, I think Paul wrote it where you have disorder, you have every kind of evil. There's every kind of evil. Let me try to find that precept. So anything goes where you have disorder. Oh, what's that precept? It's a precept that say when you find something, is every kind of evil there. I'm roughly paraphrasing. Oh, I'm not gonna find it. What's that scripture? Well, the Lord gonna bring it to me. But all right, this is what happens when the Lord bring you down, man. All right, the Lord not only taking down, let's say, he's taking down the whole Sicarri. because this is what happened. They'll take the leader down, but then the underlings will keep that name going and keep that vibration going. No, the Lord say, fuck that. I'm taking down everything, okay? And that's what happened. They went in the spirit of reservoir dogs, all right? When Alizé got his sins got brought to the light, he brought his second and third and fourth command men transgressions to the light, all right? Now they under the microscope. Now they under the scope. And that's the Lord dismantling these things. And that's what the elder apostles always said. That, man, they've been saying that since I first came into the truth, man, that the Lord is going to dismantle all these camps that's doing vile things under the sun. Okay? And for us that's seeing these things, all right, it puts more fear and dread on them. Okay? Now look at this. This is let me go to the timestamp. Okay? And he would have never bought this out. If I
struggling with complicated content and editing software.
I've been in council.
I was too. Riverside really simplified things. Riverside makes the entire.
When you about the counsel for your transgression, you don't bring up another man's transgression. When you see a man sin, all right, you don't bring it out when you going down. When you're in a council, when you see him do it, you were supposed to address him when he was doing it, according to Leviticus the 5th chapter. You don't wait till you get on the hot seat. Then you start saying, well, that guy is not doing. That's a man that can't be reproved. All right. It's unjust. Okay. Now listen to this shit. What he say about the guy that made the video on him initially, the Al-Azhar guy. However you say the other guy, Ariala guy. Okay.
Everybody had an opportunity to talk to me and didn't. Well, let's go to Matthew now, because I'm talking about hypocrisy, and I'm going to explain exactly why I'm talking about hypocrisy. Well, let's go to Matthew 7 and start at 1, right? Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thy own eye? Or how wilt thou say, thy brother, let me pull out the mote of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thy own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thy own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. So there's obvious hypocrisy that's taking place here. We have Ariala making a video about me, and alleging sexual misconduct on my part, when Ariala backdoored and stole one of his closest friends in the truth's wife and committed adultery with her.
And this is what happens when you don't have the proper doctrine. All right, things like this go on. Now, this can happen in the church with the proper doctrine. Don't get it twisted. But this is happening rampant on a broad scale over there. All right, he's doing what he's doing. Now he's bringing out, because he's on the hot seat, that this man is committing adultery with another man's woman that's in the camp, and all of them are still in their offices. You see, this is a brood of vipers. All right, this is like some Roman Catholicism shit going on over there. All right, and you know Romans play with boys, but I'm just saying, is that dysfunctional over there? Okay, why is the Ariala guy still in his seat? Why is he even able to come make a video? Okay, and the guy Ariala probably been had it out for Alizé, because Alizé is about to say he was over that council. Okay, so he probably was waiting on to get some information to come against Alizé. But this is what's going over there, and the Lord is bringing it all out. Okay. So who's ever in the Ariala camp, what do you do with them? All right. The Lord is just tearing it down. If you're a part of sicarri is just getting torn down. It's like it is running rampant over there. All of them is doing shit. Vile shit. I mean, having another man's wife. Let's get that. Let's see what Paul say was supposed to happen. See what the Holy Bible says. And it happened. That's why I say it can happen in a place where sound doctrine is getting taught. But Why is he still there if this is already happening and you was over the council? You bringing it out like the man was guilty. Was when you was over the council, what, was he found innocent of the charge? Now you're saying he's guilty. Then why is he still there? This is 1 Corinthians 5. All right. 1 Corinthians 5 and 1. It's reported commonly that there is fornication among you. All right. And this was a church with the proper doctrine. Okay. And such fornication is not as much named amongst the Gentiles, that one should have his father's wife. Adultery. Okay. Men committing adultery. And you're puffed up. All right. That guy Ariella, when you look at him, he's puffed up. You would think he a holy man, and have not rather mourned that he have done this deed might be taken away from you. But the nigga still there. The nigga still there. The nigga still teaching. All right. He's so much teaching that he's making videos on other people. For I verily, as an absent in body, but present in spirit, have judged already, as though I were present, concerning him that have done this deed. In the name of Hamashiach Yahushua anointed, when you are gathered together in my spirit with the power of Hamashiach Yahushua anointed, to deliver such as one unto Satan for the destruction of the flesh, that the spirit may be saved in the day of the Lord. Okay. For to deliver Salakia, to deliver as one unto Satan for such destruction of the flesh, that the spirit may be saved in the day of Hamashiach Yahushua. All right, so you're supposed to get him out of there. All right, you're supposed to send him on his way. Can the Lord forgive him? Yes, but he's supposed to be exiled from the church. Your glorying is not good. No, if you're not, that a little leavening the whole lump, and that's what happened. You have all this going on. The head doing foul shit. Then what happened to the people under? They started doing foul shit. You see? And then what? That leaven spreads. It grows. So amongst sicarri, you probably got all type of whoredoms and atrocities going on over there, because the head guys are doing it. The ones that are in leadership is doing it. Okay? And it's more. These guys went in the spirit of reservoir dogs. And this Nino Brown you're looking at. Nino Brown say, fuck, if I'm going down, I'm taking everybody down with me. All right. And then you look at it. I was looking at Elder Manata Zapbot video, and you look at it and you say, all right, if it's some left hand magic, they done sold out, and it could very as well as maybe embarrassment ritual. That's what the left hand do before they get a real super big bag. All right, because if it's an embarrassment ritual, a shaming ritual, like Young Jock had to do, Young Jock had to do it. The guy, the baby, had to do it. The baby had to dress up in a pamper. Young Jock had to wear a dress and get his hair done like a woman. The guy that played, that got traded to the fucking Golden State Warriors. What the guy name is? He could hoop too. I forgot his name. He had to get his hair done like a woman and his nails done. All right, and come to a press conference. So you had those shaming rituals. If this is a shaming ritual, it makes sense. All right. Now, if it's not a shaming ritual and the Lord has put a stumbling block in there, all right, this ain't gonna get them more money. All right, they wouldn't do this to devour each other because it will fuck up their money. Them bringing this out for all to see. All right, this will fuck up their following. This will fuck up the simpletons that's gonna follow them anyway. It's gonna fuck up the preacher's money, you know. So I'm like, the brothers could be on point. It could be a real shaming ritual, or the Lord is just like, fuck it, let's get rid of this, because they all about money. These guys is about filthy lucre. They're about making merchandise of the people. This will fuck up their money, bringing this out for all to see, you know. So it just as very well may be a shaming ritual, because they all about being at the chief seats of the house, glorifying themselves and manipulating the people, building a brand. This will fuck up their brand. This fucks it up. This cuts off their money racket. Okay.
That's not speculation. I literally presided over the council where it was determined.
All right. If it was determined, why is he still there? You ain't kick him out. You ain't send him on his way. 1 Corinthians 5 say he was supposed to be turned over to Satan. The only reason you're bringing this out for all to see is because you're on the hot seat. That show you the hypocrisy over there, man. The Lord just tearing it down. And the Lord is tearing down everybody that believing for lie. That's doing sinners that are going two ways. That's where the judgment is going to start. It's going to start with everybody that know they're Israelites, man. All right. So, like, if you're a man and you have a vice, you have something you work out, you better repent, you better fear, you better tremble, you better fast. Okay. I'm telling you from experience. All right. Because the Lord, like, these guys have been exposed and been made a laughing stock amongst the nation. But the Lord gonna start killing shit gruesomely. Okay. The Lord gonna start sending hits, sending them green reapers out, and dudes gonna be getting killed on camera and shit. Okay.
That's not speculation. That's not screenshots of text messages that are confidential correspondence between a man and wife. That is a absolute fact that Ariella backdoor slimed one of his closest niggas in the truth and committed adultery with his wife. That's a fact.
You see these guys, they call each other niggas, just niggas. That, like, the Lord, man, us brothers don't call each other niggas. We call each other Ak or Malakim. Akim and Malakim, man. We don't call each other niggas. Now, we might have a conversation like, joking or something, be like, that nigga, they're tripping. But no, we, for the most part, we Akim. Yes, brother, bro, Ak, Malakim, Malak, Ak, we call each other's brothers and kings, man.
Right? So that's an actual emphatic physical action of sexual sin and fornication, and you're pointing the finger over here. That's interesting. That's very.
All right, now that's what he's saying about the Ariella guy. Then he goes to the deacon guy. The Lord just is exposing all these dudes, bro. Like, he's just tearing down the whole house. It's like
everybody be asking me, man, does the Bluetooth actually work?
Right here.
Bro,
they shouldn't be doing that.
You get a month for free.
See,
it's have to finish that sentence.
The reason that commercial came on is because they monetize and things. All right. The Lord say, we're not supposed to make merchandise of this thing of ours, man. All right, that commercial came on. Yeah, you'll never see a commercial come on Me and the Great Millstone videos. All right, they're all about filthy lucre. Okay, they're all about filthy lucre, getting certain views. That's why I say this damages their brand. They just very as well may have tapped into the left hand, and this is a shaming Richard, because it's a bad look. I mean, even if it's, well, he admitted to it. Fuck it. He admitted to it, man. He admitted to this shit. I'm about to say, even if it's not true, it's still a bad blemish that accusation will even be brought on to you. Because I had adultery accusation brought on to me, man. That was like a blot. But I was innocent. I was 100% innocent. And he say oh, that's another thing I wanted to play. That dude been pegged before. Because I should have let it play, but I really don't want to do this too much. I want this to be a little shorter. He say I emphatically am not a cuck and have never cucked, and I don't like being pegged. He didn't say I've never been pegged. He said it more than once, and I don't like being pegged. That nigga said it twice. He said I've never been cucked. I've never been cucked, and I don't like being pegged. I'm like, whoa, son, you're supposed to say you've never been pegged. What the fuck you mean you don't like being pegged? You're supposed to say, I've never been pegged. The fuck? It's like the females say, the fuck? Like, nigga, the fuck you mean you don't like being pegged? It's supposed to be, I've never been pegged.
And I've never been cucked, and I don't
Damn, I went straight to the spot. Now watch this.
Pig. That's not real.
All right, hold up. I went straight to the spot. That was
emphatically not true. So your emphatic proof, allegedly through text message of conversation, is not emphatic proof that any actual thing has ever occurred. Never. And I've never been cucked, and I don't like to be pegged. That's not real.
I've never been cucked, and I don't like to be pegged. Whoa. Boy, you see how the Lord do your ass? I've never been cucked, And I don't like to be pegged. If that's a slipping of the tongue, that's a damnable slipping of the tongue. But my personal opinion, I remember back some years back, some stuff came out about his father, you know, and those generation curses go from generation to generation. Because I'm gonna tell you something. My generation curse is sugar diabetes. Grandfather had it, got his legs amputated. My dad had it. Got his kidney, had to get a kidney transplant. My elder brother got it. My dad's firstborn. I'm my dad's secondborn. He died fast from sugar diabetes complications, bad health. Okay, so that's a generational curse that goes to all the males in our family. Sugar diabetes. All right. This guy's dad, you know, if you was around some years back, it came out what kind of guy his dad was. All right. So, hey, it might be a generational curse. This dude, when he's telling the truth, he might be telling the truth about you couldn't walk in my shoes. You don't know what I've been through. Okay. He said that. Ain't no telling. This guy just said, I've never been cut and I don't like getting pegged. And he's going to say it more than once.
But I find it interesting that not only Ariana, but then Hebrew is a cuck that likes to get pegged. Both of those things are goddamn lies. I've never been cucked. I don't like to get pegged. That's not real. Those are
all right. I give him benefit of the doubt. He was reading what the people wrote, and he could be just responding to that. I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be a fair journalist. Like the American media is not. For the sake of what he's reading, he could just be responding to what he's read. Me personally, if I was in his shoes, I'd say I've never been cucked and I've never been pegged. That's what I would have said. Okay, but he could just be responding to what he's reading. So I give him benefit of the doubt. The Lord say when you do judgment, you do balanced judgment. Okay, so I ain't gonna do that.
Are emphatically not true. So your emphatic proof, allegedly through text message of conversation, is not emphatic proof that any actual thing has ever occurred. Never. And I've never been cucked, and I don't like to be pegged. That's not real. But I find it interesting that not only Ariana, but then we have Hassad, who would sit up there and do that.
Right now, Hassad is one of his other high-ranking officials, all right, that he kicked out. Okay, this is leadership. These are the heads of the camps, like the high guys in sicarri, all right?
Video, knowing that his leader likes to get his ass played with. That's just like, why are stones being thrown from people with glass houses? And ask me how I know. He was my best friend for 13 years. We could also get his other best friend, Sergeant Yatai.
How you gonna have a best friend for 13 years in the truth and know the man is getting his rectum ravished? This is why the Lord is tearing that shit down. The Lord bringing it all to light. Like I looked at a Yashawamba's video, man. You should have just, somebody should have stopped him. Like, you see what you're doing, nigga? All right, how is he your second in command for 13 years, but you know he's getting bust up? But this is like you don't even want to do a video on it or respond to it. Like, come on, y'all been together side by side doing debates and, you know, just he's your best friend, but you know your best friend is getting his back blown out. Like, what are we doing?
Who knows he was 10 years old. That's what he's into. That's what he likes. That's not what I like. And there's not a woman, anybody in the whole world who can give a testimony to say that's what I like. That's not true of him, though. Not at all. Right?
Let me tell you something. When friends get into it, all right, I'm talking about niggas in the world. Like when you have partners in crime, they're gonna bring out your dirty laundry. When you in league with a dude and you doing some fucked up shit, y'all running mates in the streets, and then y'all fall out, he's gonna tell your dirty secrets. You're gonna tell his dirty secrets. That's the way of the world. That's the way of the world. I don't think these niggas lying on each other. I don't think they lying on each other. And if they are lying on each other, if they are lying, this is some left-handed magic. They tapped in with Esau so they could get shamed and get a bag. Okay. This is what happened when niggas fall out in the streets. He got dirty lingerie on him. He gonna throw it out. He got dirty. This is what black women do when they fall out too. They the stuff that they did behind closed doors, they bring it out and they shame one another. All right, this is damaging, man. Death to sicarri, man. The Lord is tearing that shit down, and that apostles say this was gonna happen. Okay, man, I don't even want to play no more of this shit, but the reason I'm doing the video is just showing that the Lord this is the beginning. The Lord is gonna do this to everybody, the camps that's teaching off things, IUIC next, you know, all camps that have been ridiculing the men of Great Millstone for teaching the truth, calling us pedophiles and shit. When all we are saying, look, we're just properly educating the people, saying, look, this is the way things were done in the ancient world. None of us do these things. All things are lawful for everything's not expedient in captivity. We're not doing these things. Yes, in the kingdom, we're going to get them young and fresh, but we're not doing this here in this society. And this is what the Bible say, how things were done in the ancient world. And for us telling the truth of the scriptures, we get demonized. We get these tags put on us. Like, no, the Lord gonna show you everything they saying we're doing and we're not doing it. They're doing it. Polite was doing that shit, but he's condemning us for doing it. All right. This guy Sicarri, he just did a video last week talking about us, but look what he's doing. He getting his bag blown out, man. All right. This is Ephesians 5 and 11. I'm gonna start at 10. Prove what is acceptable unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. All right, and that's what we have to do, man. We have to keep our garments unstained. All right, make sure no blemishes on us. All right, because even when we have this proper doctrine, you have vices and things you're battling. You know, now is the time to clean it up. Hey, the Lord's hand is at the door. The second coming is upon us. So now is the time to just offend less and be perfect. All right, the time is what that is in Romans. He said now is the time to wake out of deep sleep. All right, now is the time to wake up out of deep sleep, man, deep slumber. Okay, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness. It's time to be perfect, man, but rather reprove them. All right, now that's what the Lord's doing to these guys. All right, he's showing their dirty deeds that they do in the darkness, and he's letting them be reproved before all. For it is shame to even speak those things which are done to them in secret. It make you don't even like these accusations that are coming out, you know, and I think they're true. Okay. All right. My personal opinion. All right. The Lord is exposing everything done in the dark. This is prophecies coming to pass when you see these shameful things that the heads of Israel are doing behind closed doors. Okay. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. And sometimes things that are made manifest by the light, all right, will make your ears tingle. All right. What the book of Habakkuk say? He say, I'm gonna do a thing in the last day that make your ears tingle, man. Okay. For whosoever doeth make it manifest is light. Okay. And like what's really gonna make people put the fear on people is what happened with Ananias and Sapphira. All right, the Lord just killed both of them, and that made the body fear. It say fear came upon the whole church, man. Okay, so this is the beginning of those things, man. This is Mark, the book of Mark, and the Lord used them to take themselves down. Reservoir dogs. That nigga Alizé got his Nino Brown on. All right, his underlings put him on blast. Okay, and then he got his Nino Brown on and will say, "Well, this what you been doing, nigga." All right, so the deacon, according to Alizé, is a sodomite that likes to get his black blown out. You know, all this coming to the light. All right, this is Mark 4:22. For there is nothing hid which shall not be manifest, neither was anything kept secret that should not come abroad. Okay, so these are prophecies being fulfilled. These things that we are seeing is prophecies being fulfilled, man. Okay. And the Lord is doing these things. The Lord is separating the sheep from the goats. The Lord is showing you who are my servants and who are not my servants. The Lord said, Jeremiah 23rd chapter, he said, I haven't sent these men. Okay, this is Isaiah 13 and 4. All right. Come on now. All right, Isaiah 13 and 4. Well, that's Isaiah 4. Salakia. All right, Isaiah 13 and 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms and nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustered up the host of the battle. All right, the Lord is preparing the kings of the earth for World War III to go to Armageddon. The Lord is also mustering up these little tumults amongst these unholy ass churches for them to bring their works of darkness to light. The Lord is putting a spirit on them to get into it with one another and start exposing them. The Lord mustering up this battle. His ways are higher than our ways, man. And he cold, man. He cold, man. The Lord will have you embarrassed before all, okay? And he revealed this to Ezekiel in the ancient world. This is a good precept to go along with that. This is Ezekiel chapter 8. We'll start at the 11th verse. Let's see what he told the beloved brother in the ancient world. And all these things is written for our learning. These same things is happening in this day and time. All right. This is Ezekiel 8 and 11. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel. All right. These are the leaders. All right. And all these things is coming out to the elite. Like when you look at Sicarri, they've become leaders in Israel. All right. People know him. He's built a brand. People commend him. People honor him. Okay. And look at the things that this guy is doing behind closed doors. In the midst of them stood Azaniah, Salaki, if I pronounced it wrong, the son of Shaphan, with every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. All right, so this is a priest. Then, and what does Alizé call himself? The high priest. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark? Hey, we see. Oh, shit. Yeah. This shit crazy as hell. All right. Every man in the chamber of his imagery. All right. Nigga around here getting pegged, man. I didn't know what pegging was. I'm like everybody else. I did not know what the fuck pagan was. I never heard of pagan. That sounds like some Edomite shit, man. I never knew what pagan was until this shit happened. For they say, Yahweh seeth us not. Yahweh have forsaken the earth. He said also, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations that they do. All right, so hey, man, hey, you think it could be something worse than this going on in Israel? I mean, this is detestable. Lord said it got worse shit going on, man. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of Yahweh's house, which was toward the north, and behold, that was the women weeping for Tammuz. Okay, you got a lot of these women in the witchcraft and sorcery. Okay, calling themselves Israelite wives. That woman that exposed him was a so-called Israelite wife. Then he said to me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these. All right, and he's talking about the priesthood, the house. He's talking about what was going on amongst the heads back then. And he brought me into the inner courts. They going through the holy of holies. They're going through the house. All right, Solomon's temple, man. And he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house. And behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men. And their backs were toward the temple of the Lord, and their faces toward the east, and they worship the sun towards the east. All right, and that's that left-handed magic, man. All right, these dudes is making covenants with Esau for filthy lucre. That could just as well as maybe going on too, and participating in that left-handed magic. All right. Then he said to me, "Hast thou seen this, O son of man? It is a light thing for the house of Judah that they commit abominations what they commit here, for they have filled the land with violence and returned to provoke me to anger. And lo, they put their branch to the nose, and that branch to the nose was some ancient custom that the pagans did." Okay, and this is what's going on, and the Lord's bringing it all to light. Everything that's been done in darkness is brought to light. Okay, and this is what the Lord is ultimately doing. He's disbanding the false prophets, and he's doing to them the same thing he did to that God-forsaken house of Korah. All right, the house of Korah is back. The house of Saul is back. All right, the things they did in the ancient world, they're doing it here. All right, this is Numbers 16 and 19. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them under the door of the tabernacle, Salakia, and Korah gathered all the congregation against them, all right, against Moses, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And what has sicarri and these other camps been doing? Gathering the congregation of the people to them to come against the men of great millstone. All right, telling them we're pedophiles, telling them we teach things that we deal with prostitutes, telling them all type of shameful things against us. All right, and the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation. So the Lord came to do what? Defend Moses. All right, and the Lord spake to Moses and to Aaron, saying, "Separate yourselves from the congregation, that I might consume them in a moment." This is what the Lord about to do to everybody that's in league with these niggas, man. Everybody that believe the things that they say. Everybody that's against his priests, that revere him, okay, and fear him. And they fell upon their faces and said, "O Yahweh, the power of spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin? Will thou be wroth with all the congregation?" And the Lord spoken to Moses, saying, you see, they loved our people, man. We're out here for your good. All right, that's what Isaiah said in Jeremiah 18th chapter. He said, "Didn't I come out here for your good?" And then when they tried to come against him, then he just started putting curses on there. He started cussing their asses out. Jeremiah 18th chapter is a beautiful chapter. Speaking to the congregation, saying, "Go ye up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram." All right, that could be Alizé, the deacon, and Hassad. And Moses rose up and went up to Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spoke to the congregation, saying, "Depart, I pray you, from these tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest you be consumed in all their sins." Okay, so they got up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, and on every side, and Dathan, Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children. And the Lord is going to whack everything that's connected to the wicked, man. All right, he don't care how old you are or how young you are. If you join to a harlot, you're going to get destroyed. And Moses said, "Hereby you shall know that Yahweh have sent me to do all these works, for I have done them. I have not done them on my own." See, and the Lord bringing sicarri to the light, all their sins to the light. That's the Lord doing it. That's the work of the Lord, man. And he's doing that all across the board, man. All right. This is what the Lord's doing. He's separating the righteous from the wicked. All right. And he's lifting up their standard amongst his men. Okay. And hey, the Lord used them to tear themselves down. Didn't no outside entity come tear sicarri down. The Lord mustered up the battle. He put that perverse spirit between them. He made them have a tumult against one another. And what happened? The Lord exposed their asses, man, and used them to do it to themselves. Okay. And that's the same thing going on here in America. It's like just the way the Lord do things. All right. He's using Psalm 64. Their tongues are falling on one another. That's the same thing the Lord is doing to the Edomites. Okay. This is a judgment on the wicked, and it is just the beginning. So now, you learn from these things. You fear more, you tremble more, you fast more, you stay locked in, and live a plain life. So with that, I'm going to give infinite honors to my Heavenly Father, my great King, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Harakakadash, Double honors to all the apostles, elder bishops, a great millstone. Salutation to my fellow laborers in the Mashaki Hawashak. Kwame Yasharala, Abba Baba.